What's going on, everyone? It is Paul, the 920 Trader with 920 Trading and Trading Decoded. Today is Thursday, April 18th, 2024, and this is how SPY worked out today relative to the 920, or how the 920 played out relative to SPY. But before we go there, folks, if you like our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content, which is just about every day and sometimes on the weekends. Also, don't forget to leave us a comment. We appreciate those comments, and share. Sharing is caring, folks. So let's get to the chart. So again, folks, first thing that we do, we look for pre-market high, 502.86, pre-market low, 501.04. So the first thing that I noticed, folks, and again, we need three things. So the three things that we need volume, we need volatility, and we need range. So we've got $1.82, $1.82 range. That's decent. Now, the last few days have been like a $4 and $5 range in pre-market. When we get that kind of a pre-market, we kind of expect that that the day is going to be a big day. Now, we don't have any bias that says, let's just go all in on calls or all in on puts or anything like that. We'll let the market dictate what we do. But, if as long as we have over $1.50, right around $2, we like that. It's those days when you have like 75 or 80 cents in pre-market that you just kind of want to put your hands up and go, you know what? I'm okay not trading this today. But again, pre-market high, we got pre-market high at 502.86, pre-market low 501.04, $1.82. Every line, with the exception of, I've got this 5-minute support up here, kind of giving it away up here. Every line is a 30-minute line or 30-minute zone, with the exception of lines that are labeled. So pre-market low, pre-market high, 5-minute support. PPs are pivot points, folks. These are lines that, they just automatically appear. They're called pivot points. They are right there. So let's get into the trading day, and we're going to get here, and you're going to go, oh my gosh, right out of the gate, what do we have? Now, this candle, so this first candle of the day, massive volume. We're talking about over 1 million shares again, folks. 1 million shares traded on that first candle. It's like, holy cow. So 2 days ago we had about 1.3 million, 1.4 million. Yesterday we had around 700,000. Today we had over 1 million. Now, which is kind of interesting because this is a green candle. It's ultimately green. It really wasn't a whole lot of open to close action, but there was when we take into account this tail on the bottom. But at any rate, we had this almost death cross back to the downside on this candle right here, 931, literally a minute into our trading day, folks. We get this close. So we had a 920 VWAP and POC. POC was way up here, folks, at that time. When we have that set up right there and we're pushing down like that, put on the trade. Where's your risk? Well, you're probably going to say the 9 or the 20 or the VWAP or even the POC. You have very, very little risk on a play like this. Again, double top, again, push down, really, really nice play to the downside, folks. This thing just went and it went and it went. Now, I was on the mic today talking people through this trade. We had people that are not normally in the 920 room in the room today, and they said, this is absolutely amazing how you kept everybody so calm in the trade, because that's what I do, folks. My job when I'm on the mic is to do a couple of different things. Number one, it's to call out what I see happening on the chart. You can see, everybody can see what's happening on the chart. We're all seeing the same thing, but I give my perspective and my thoughts relative to where I think it's going to go and the 920 strategy, and I kind of condense everything all into one. So talking everybody through this trade, and again, a bunch of folks said that, we've never been so calm in a trade. One of the things that I do when people are in a trade, folks, is number one, I tell them we're just watching lines on a screen, because truly, we're just watching lines on a screen, folks. That's all we are doing. Our job as a trader is to execute according to our trading plan. Our goal as a trader is to get marginally better every day. So if you can just get a little bit better every single day, think about where you're going to be a month from now, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years from now as a trader, folks. every single day. But again, walk everybody through this trade. Walked a lot of people through this trade. Again, going through all of the different levels down here for 499.91. I could have taken that trade off the table at 499.91, but I thought we might be able to push down and get to that 499.17 way down here. Now, this is not a line other than this is a thin volume area. If we were able to breach this back to the downside, we get some massive, pretty easy movement if we were. So I said, you know what? Let's give this thing just a few minutes, and I closed out on this green candle right here. Still an amazing trade, but again, you have to have a reason for getting into the trade, and you have to have a reason for getting out of the trade. Now, if you are a scalper, so if you say, okay, I'm going to take 20% or 10% or whatever, take your 10%, get out of the trade, wait for your next setup. But if you are using the chart, if you are truly a chart trader and you say, or you're a 920 trader, or you're a chart trader and say, these are my specific targets, get to your target. If you get through your target, use that specific target, as we did right in here, folks. Look at these. We had this target 1. We got through this. Okay. So at this point, we use this as resistance on the way back down in addition to our 9. So again, we had a little bit of trouble getting to this target, but we didn't touch it. Now, once we got through it with relative ease. Okay. So we're getting down to targets, get through that target. Now on this particular play, we got this push to the downside. I was expecting a little bit more push. Again, down to maybe that 499.17. We didn't get it. So I closed out here. Why did I close out here? Well, because we're right at the 9. We're testing that 9. We're testing that 9. And we didn't get through that 499.91. So folks, have a reason for getting in. This is the reason for getting in right here, folks. Death cross to the downside. What's your stop? Right up here. Ignition candle. So you get this cross to the downside. So that's the reason for getting in. Now what's your reason for getting out? Well, we got to this first target here. Yeah, you could have taken the trade off the table right there. Push down. You can really, take the trade off the table when you want to take the trade off the table. But a couple of things. Number one, you have to be willing for that trade to turn red to make those really big plays. And some people just are not willing to do that. So the result is they miss out on the really big plays. But again, that's fine. They take their 10% off the top or whatever that number is, and they live to fight another day, and they wait for the next setup. Folks, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. Again, whatever strategy you're using, whatever type of trader you are, whatever your personality leads you to be as a trader, do that. If it's scalping, great, scalp. If you're saying, you know what, I'm going for targets, shoot for targets. If you want to breach the 9 back to the upside before you close the trade out, fine. Do whatever you want to do, whatever makes you successful, whatever helps you to be successful in the market, folks. That's what you need to do. Holding trades, folks, is holding winning trades. Holding winning trades is much more difficult than holding losing trades. And it's psychological, folks. It is inborn. It's our caveman brain. Our caveman brain is saying, you know what? I got to take this trade off the table because I have to feed my family today. And if I let this green trade turn red, I'm not going to be able to feed my family today. Again, that's caveman brain right there, folks. Now we don't have a hard time holding on to losing trades because, again, we hope that it comes back to pick us up. So we have that hope that the losing trades come back and the trade picks us up. And then the fear, once we're in that winning trade, I don't want to give money back to the market. Again, you have to reconcile that all on your own, folks. But at least for me, and again, it's hard, folks. It's hard when you first start doing it. It's hard. It's really hard. But let it play out. Whatever it means to you, let it play out. Again, that's my TED Talk for the day. So here's how it played out back to the the rest of the day, folks. We got this cross to the upside, right into this pre-market low again. Made another cross to the upside. Took this trade right in here, mid-candle, right in here. Closed it out when we were 502. I was thinking, you know what? We had a hard time getting past 502 earlier. I'm going to go ahead and take the trade off the table. Part of my trade plan, I didn't know if we'd actually be able to get through this. Again, trade off the table here. Decent trade. Would we pick up about 80 cents on that trade? That'll work. 80 cents is quite a lot, folks. That's really decent. So 2 decent trades for really nice trade. Nice trade in here. Again, could have taken it in the fishtail here, played it up to, again, one of these levels. But again, I didn't do that. So I waited to breach this next level and got in for about a 3-minute trade. Again, could have taken it out at this level right here, 5-minute support. But guess what, folks? It wasn't 5 minutes support yet. I just didn't want it to pull back down. This candle right here with all the selling pressure kind of, said, hey, you know what? You might want to consider taking yourself out of the trade. But we came back down. We didn't even test this 20, tested the 20 earlier in the trade. And it just ran and it ran and it ran and it ran all the way up to the top, folks. And at this point where my cursor is, we're almost 2 hours into the trading day, folks. And massive moves. Nice, beautiful move to the downside, followed by a really nice move, but a little dirtier move back to the upside, but nevertheless about a $3 move to the upside. Folks, those are great trades. Those are really great trades. At this point, during the day, I'm thinking, you know what? It's been a pretty good day at this point. I started I went to lunch right around in here, folks. Went to lunch in here. I missed these trades in here. Missed this back to the downside, still at lunch. Kind of an extended lunch today. By the time I got back, I was thinking it was right in here. Again, somewhere right around in here. It was too late for the trade to get into the trade. And trust me, folks, I mean, I've got these levels that I'm breaching, but if I can't get that first part of the trade, that's the discipline in me that says, you've done this, you've chased trades before. Don't chase the trade. It's better to not be in a trade and wish you were than to be in one and wish you weren't. I'd rather take a loss. Now, this is crazy, but I'd rather take a loss on a trade where I executed flawlessly than a win on a trade where I executed poorly. I know it sounds crazy, but from a discipline standpoint, you don't have discipline if you're chasing trades. You're doing things that are outside of your normal trading plan, folks. So number one, have a plan. Number two, stick to your plan. Number three, when all else fails, stick to the plan, folks. Ran down. At this point, we're getting, a few hours into the trading day, but look at what it did the rest of the day, folks. Look at this. I mean, it had nice runs down. Let me kind of scrunch this together. But this is literally the price action the rest of the day, folks. Yeah, where there's some plays in here. Again, we had this thin volume. I thought we'd get this push below. Not a whole lot that went on the rest of the day, folks. I mean, you could have played this, but the way that it was moving in a pretty tight range in here, I didn't necessarily like the price action enough to put on the trade. And it had been a good day. It could have been a better day had I caught some of this to the downside. I mean, beautiful moves to the downside. Let's count these crosses back to the downside. First cross, you don't take that first cross, okay? But you can take the second cross and even the third cross. But look at these things. If you look at it from a 3-minute standpoint, this is what she did today, folks. Look at this 3-minute. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful all the way down to the bottom. I mean, you could have ridden that 3-minute all the way down. But again, I didn't. I'd love to say, oh, I put on this trade here because I knew we had a 15-minute supply zone, folks. We did. We had a 15-minute supply zone that I'm going to show you right in here. It is right here. It's left over from yesterday. You see this right here, 15-minute supply zone. When we hit this level yesterday, and again, this is from yesterday, the 17th. When we hit this level yesterday, what happened? It just ran down. And the first thing, and again, I told the folks, in the group earlier today, I said, folks, we've got a really strong supply zone, 15-minute supply zone. If we reject off this, we could potentially come back down. And I said we'd come back down to this level right here. So we got pretty close, 499.42. We got down there, folks. We did it. But again, not in the trade. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Would have been nice to be in the trade, but nevertheless, it was a good day. So it was a really, really good morning. Back, a good morning to the downside, back to the upside, back to the downside. Really, really nice trades. And then followed by about 2.5 hours of not the best price action known to mankind. I'd say overall it was a good day, folks. It was a good day. Now, if you enjoy our videos, go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content, which is just about every day and sometimes on the weekends. When we do weekend drops, folks, you don't want to miss those. That's trading psychology, okay? Don't miss those. Also, leave us a comment. We would greatly appreciate the comment and share. Sharing is caring, folks. Also, yeah, again, like that, comments, sharing, all that kind of good stuff. If you are interested in live daily trading, folks, so every single day from 9 o'clock Eastern to the closing bell. So that's 7 hours every single day, folks. We are in the group talking about these trades live every single day from bell to bell, folks. It's called Trading Decoded. It's our trading Discord. Go check it out. We're going to give you that first week for free. If you like it, great, stick around. If you don't, that's fine. No harm, no foul. The only thing that it costs is a little bit of your time to come check it out. And again, if you don't like it, that's okay. That's fine. If you're interested in the 920 crossover strategy, folks, head on over to 920trading.com. And again, that link is down below. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on a super secret strategy. That is not super. It's not secret. There's no special sauce. You don't need to do that, folks. Everything about the 920 strategy is laid out for you. The only cost is your precious time. Is it worth it to you, folks, to spend a little bit of time looking at a strategy that absolutely works? Does it work 100% of the time? Nope, nothing does. But it works. It's a great strategy, folks. I didn't come up with it. It's been around for as long as moving averages have been around. But go check it out. No charge. Free. Well, it's not free. It's your time. But go check it out. But that's how she played out today. That's how the 920 played out relative to SPY today, folks. But thank you for spending a little bit of your precious time with us this afternoon. We greatly appreciate that. We're going to do it again tomorrow, folks. We're going to trade, and we are going to do an update video at the end of the day. So I hope everybody has a great rest of the day. Above all else, I hope you followed your trading plan today. But have a great day, and we will see you in the markets.